My name is Mariah Bale, and today I will be interviewing Miriam Guzman on her decision of joining the Peace Corps.
I'm Miriam Guzman. I am 22 years old, and I'm a senior at AU. I was invited to serve on March 29th to Indonesia, and I accepted it on March 30th, and my departure date will be September 19th of 2019.
I'm Amir St. Clair, and I am an assistant vice president and the director of the Wackerland Center here at AU. The Peace Corps is one of the world's largest volunteer-based service organizations.
Their tagline is, "It's the hardest job you'll ever love." There's not a single volunteer that is away at their country of service that doesn't wish they were back home at least once. You have to be very independent, and you have to be able to rely on yourself. You have to be very adaptable, because that's the one thing that I've read a lot. Things never turn out the way you want them to. I applied to go to the Dominican Republic, and once I interviewed, I was denied to go to the Dominican Republic. So I was like, no. And at that point I had given up.
The application process is intense. You do a normal application in terms of you have to submit information such as your own background information, why you're interested, you submit essays, you have to provide transcripts, proof of certain types of trainings or things that you've done. You need to have certain type of medical documentation. You might have to get shots or other types of immunizations.
The application process doesn't end when you get your acceptance to your invitation to the country. If anything, it actually really starts then, because that's when all the paperwork comes. It's when the passport applications, the fingerprint cards, the medical clearance comes in. It's like, I've already made like 3 different doctor's appointments, and I need more, just because there's just so much, they want to make sure that you're in it, and I think they make the process longer just so, you have more time to think about it too.
For each volunteer, I think that challenge, that question of is it the physical or is it the emotional, mental, I think it's really dependent on that person, their experience, their background. And really, the last thing I would say is how much they're committed, how much they dive into it, right? I often tell them you have to be comfortable with being uncomfortable.
So a mixture of both of them, of like the long application process, all the paperwork, and the emotional things. I think I can't pick which one's more difficult. I think they both go hand in hand in making everything really difficult. I was looking into the Indonesia program, and I read a story of a volunteer that was an immigrant, and she also struggled a lot with anxiety, but she said that she didn't struggle with anxiety over there because they just took it one day at a time. They just took moment by moment. And I thought that was so beautiful, and I think that that's what I needed. I needed someone that kind of represented me in a different setting. I just went on to the link that said reject or accept the invitation, and I clicked accept, and I was just so happy. I knew that I had done the right thing.